Did you know that over 54% of adults in the United States cannot read above a 6th grade reading level? And did you know that over a third of 4th grade students in the US don't have basic reading proficiency? This has economical impacts on our country, like reduced productivity, increased healthcare costs, higher unemployment rates overall. As a librarian and an avid reader, I am very concerned about this. So much so that I wonder if I can read above a 6th grade level. But I'm going to share with you guys my reading challenge for next year and how I'm going to combat the literacy crisis here in America. So in 2024, I read 75 books, which is a lot. The year before that, 2023, I read 125 books. And yeah, that's impressive to have a high number like that. I'm not gonna lie. I find it very impressive when people are like, I read 300 books. I'm like, how did you have time for that? But honestly, those years that I was reading like over 50 books a year, I could not tell you what I had read about. Like, if you asked me the next week, like, oh, what was Yellowface about? I'd be like, ooh, I can't remember the main character's name, but like I would know the gist of it, and I wouldn't really like fully grasp what I had read, you know? This year I changed my goal to 25, both because I'm in school and because I feel like I wanted to dig deeper in my books and enjoy them more. So right now it is the beginning of December. I've read 26 books this year, and I am so grateful that I slowed down because I feel like I enjoy my books more thoroughly. It also made me more picky about books because I was like, oh, I've read 50 pages and I don't like this book, so I'm not going to waste my time reading it, you know? And I felt like last year, when I was reading all those books, I would get through 50 pages and I would be like, well, I might as well finish it since I already like got so far in it, and like my goal is 75, so I want to reach that goal. Which, if that's you, not the way to go, okay? If you're trying to reach this goal, I'm telling you, like, just don't worry so much about it. I felt like last year when I would go a week and not know what I had just read, it brought me back to 4th grade. And when I was in 4th grade, my teacher brought me outside of the classroom and she had me read like a whole story to her. And then when she asked me what happened in the story, I could not tell her. Like, I remember she told my mom during parent-teacher conferences, like, she's an amazing reader. She reads very fast, and like she sounds like she understands what she's reading, but when you ask her about it, it's like she didn't really comprehend it. So yeah, last year started to concern me a little bit, and I was like, can I read above a 6th grade reading level? Like, how do I know if I can? I'm someone who enjoys reading. I like reading. I like escaping into a book, you know, but like, am I really understanding what I'm reading? Am I really grasping? Am I learning from what I'm reading? I don't think I am. Well, if you didn't know this about me, I think I've mentioned it in my last video, even though my last video has nothing to do with this. I am a librarian. I'm a tech services librarian, so I do the cataloging and I fix books when like they get ripped up or something. But I'm a librarian in a small town, which means I do advise readers what books that I recommend. So I do like to be like knowledgeable about new books and what they're about and everything. And I do try to read books. If people come to me with recommendations and they're like, you should read this, I'm gonna read it, you know. I'm also a student. I'm in school for communications right now. I'm only like in my 2nd year, so I am thinking of transferring for a 4-year degree and possibly double majoring in communications and English. We'll see if the path leads me to being a librarian or if the path leads to me doing journalism. I don't know. I do want to like, you know, take more classes and have more experiences and see what I really like. Another thing about me is that I'm really passionate about social justice and like anti-capitalism and liberation for marginalized people is a big deal to me. So I feel that I want to read more and like learn more about marginalized communities and how I can, you know, help that or like amplify their voices in any way. I really want to read books that force me to learn more and dig deeper into like my thinking. Like I want to think more critically about the things that I've read, and so that's why I came up with this reading challenge, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm using this video and this channel to hold myself accountable in making my reading fit the challenge. So I have my iPad here, and I'm going to read the rules that I came up with for the challenge. You guys are welcome to do this challenge as well if you feel like you want to dig deeper into your reading. I think there are definitely more things I could do to dig deeper with my reading, but I want to like not stress myself out and like put too much on my plate, you know? I'm going to put my reading glasses on because I've been kind of struggling lately with that. But I'm not going to lie, they're actually really cute. I got them from TJ Maxx, and I think they just kind of fit me, you know. The number one rule is that I want to annotate everything that I read. And this is kind of hard for me because I do library books, so I won't be like highlighting or writing in the books, but the books that I do have, I do plan on writing in and highlighting them. But I have gotten some like transparent sticky notes. I don't know if you guys have ever used those before. You just like put them on the page and you can like highlight or like write on them. So I think that will be a big help for annotating, and I'm also going to use tabs and sticky notes and all of the things to annotate my books. And I really plan on using like the annotation rules that I learned in college, where I want to point out like powerful figurative language, things that help me understand things better. This one is going to be the hardest one for me. I'm going to start a monthly book club here on this channel, and I know I only have like 10 subscribers, so I'm not sure if you guys will be interested in it. It's more for me, but I want to have a space where I can discuss the books that I read, and if anyone else has read those books, they can discuss it with me in the comments. Yeah, so each month I would like to choose a challenging read for me, a book that I feel like I wouldn't normally read, I guess, and I will talk about it on my channel. So like each month I will do a video talking about the book that I read, and then at the end of the video I'll say which book I would like to read for the next month, so that you guys can read along, or you can even learn about the book and then come back and we can discuss it. So no pressure on you if you're someone who's like, you don't like time constraints and like you don't know if you want to read it. And then you guys can give me your input in the comments. And yeah, I really want to include diverse reads in this book club, for marginalized communities like all over the world, not just here in America. So any race, gender identity, sexuality, disability, any of those things, if you guys can think of some good reads, whether it is fiction or nonfiction. I would prefer fiction because I just feel like it's easier for me to read, but I think nonfiction is important too. I'd say I read like a third nonfiction books through the year, like if that makes sense. A lot of them are memoirs, so. But recommendations are always welcome. If you guys know of a book like that, you can let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely add it to my list and, you know, consider it and consider reading it for this monthly book club. But I do want to announce that the read that I'm choosing for January is The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. It's been one that's been on my list for a very long time, and so I definitely want to take it out from the library and read it and let you guys know my thoughts so that we can discuss it. So I'll be posting the video that discusses this book on the last Monday of January, and then I will let you guys know what the read for February will be. I think this is really helpful because since I work at the library, we have our own book club there at the library where we have patrons come and we all discuss it. So I would like to like actually be part of that book club and like read the books. And a lot of the books are not very like diverse, so I do want to like, you know, read more diverse stuff on my own. Okay, my third rule is that for every book that I read from a straight white cis author, I will read a diverse read in turn. I think that rule kind of speaks for itself. My fourth rule that I have for the challenge is that I want to talk about all of the books on here that I read, because I feel like I'm someone who I like posting reading content, but I'm really hesitant to post negative feedback just because I feel like bad for the authors, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to like give authors a 1-star review on Goodreads and bring their ratings down. That's how I am. But I feel like I do want to talk about negative like reviews that I have and be more open about it. But my last rule is to tackle at least 10 books for my physical TBR this year. And really, I'm not someone who buys books. I go to the library and I take like 10 library books out a month. So I really don't buy books, but this year I've actually won probably about 10 books on Goodreads, and I definitely want to try to tackle them because I do kind of feel bad. They're advanced readers copies of these books, and I think that they do these giveaways because they want people to read their books and write reviews and everything. And here I am, like, getting a book and like not reading it and not writing a review, like just collecting dust on my shelf. I'm also one of those people that feels like I don't want to like collect things that will just collect dust on the shelf, if that makes sense. Like, I like to use everything. I think this year I've spent too much money on yarn, and like I've gotten too many books. I think I bought one book this year just to support my local bookstore because it had just opened. So I think that's the only book that I've bought this year. Yeah, that's all I can think of. So I only bought one book, and I got like 10 of them. I think I got one from a little free library also, but I try to put books in the little free libraries as well. But it seems like the ones around me always stuffed up with books. Yeah, I definitely want to make it part of the challenge for me to read the books in my physical TBR. So that is it for my book challenge. So I'm just gonna like do a little summary. So we have annotating our books, rule number 1. Number 2 is my monthly book club that will be here on my channel. Number 3 is for every straight white cis author, we must read a diverse read. 4 is to talk about all the books that I read here online. And 5 is to tackle 10 books for my physical TBR. So I think this is a pretty simple challenge. Okay, maybe it's not so simple. Like, it is a little bit more challenging to have like the monthly book thing, but I also feel like I want to hold myself accountable by posting here online. And this space right here that I have, just like this little couch and like backdrop, I do want to spruce it up a little bit more and make it more me. So I do think that making videos, like, it makes me want to decorate it a little bit more and make it mine. So let me know in the comments below if you have any tips and tricks for my challenge, if you have anything that you think I should add to the challenge, if you have any recommendations for the monthly book club. I definitely want to do this in 2026. And if it goes well, then maybe I'll continue it the year after that, and etc. I don't really know what to call the book club. Like, I feel like I should have a name for it. Noella's monthly book club. It just sounds boring. And also, it's not about me. It's about reading, and it's about like engaging with people about my reading. That's what it is to me. So I don't want it to be like Noella's book club. Like, I just read a book and you guys listen to me talk about it. You know what I mean? I want to discuss it. But yeah, I think I definitely want to post more reading content on this channel. I might post a video about the books that I read this year and whether or not I recommend them. If you guys are interested in that, I will post it. But I think there will definitely be a video in January because I'll be talking about The Invisible Man, and then we'll go from there. There's another book that I really want to read, and it might be the February read because February is Black History Month. A patron of mine just read the autobiography of an ex-colored man, and it sounds very fascinating, and I think I might want to read it for February. It is a short read. So like if you guys are interested in that, definitely let me know. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, please drop your recommendations in the comments below, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.